So let's talk about protein. You love it. I love it. Bodybuilders worship it. It's the golden child of fitness, right? But what if I told you that too much of it might be holding you back? Today, we're diving into a big question. Does protein cause insulin resistance? Let's dive in. First, the quick science part. Insulin resistance is when your cells don't respond the way we think they should to insulin. This makes it harder for your body to regulate blood sugar, can cause obesity, and actually type 2 diabetes is insulin resistance gone wild. Sounds bad, huh? So where does protein fit into this? So here's the deal. Protein is good for you. It helps build muscle, repair tissues, keeps you full. Pretty awesome stuff. But if you're overweight, cramming in that much protein, especially animal protein, might actually backfire. See, when someone's overweight, their body is in what researchers call a protein sparing mode. Basically, your body already has tons of stored energy. And so when you start losing weight, it doesn't need to use up your muscle mass to produce energy. It can just use your stored body fat. You don't need giant amounts of protein as an overweight person unless you're pumping iron like Arnold Schwarzenegger. And trust me, most of us aren't. Now the issue comes down to how excessive protein impacts insulin. Proteins, especially branched-chain amino acids, or BCAAs for short, can make your body pump out more insulin in certain cases. High levels of BCAAs when mixed with a high-fat diet could increase insulin resistance and even inflammation. Long story short, too much protein when you're overweight can mess with your metabolism. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Not all protein is created equal. Plant-based proteins like beans or tofu have fewer branched-chain amino acids or BCAAs. That means that they might be easier on your insulin levels compared to animal-based protein like steak or chicken. So if you're struggling with weight loss or insulin sensitivity, then this is something worth considering. So let's look at some of the science. In this paper, they found a high correlation in circulating BCAAs, which are valine, isoleucine, and leucine, with insulin resistance. Here you'll see the obese subjects have higher circulating BCAAs compared to the non-obese. Now, don't panic. I'm not saying that you need to give up meat. I eat meat too. I actually love meat. My family and I are privileged enough to buy a cow every single year. But let's drop this idea that more protein equals more fat loss. Sometimes less is more, especially if your goal is to get healthier. In a Kevin Hall study of keto diets, which were protein heavy, versus a plant-based diet, which is protein light, they found that ketogenic diets led to higher circulating branched-chain amino acids than the plant-based diet. Now, modern keto is kind of protein heavy, therapeutic keto is not. All right, so here's the takeaway. Eating protein is essential. It's great for athletes and older adults worried about losing muscle. But if you're overweight and trying to drop the fat, maybe rethink loading up on a triple chicken breast or 5 protein shakes a day. So how much protein should you eat? If you're trying to lose weight and you're not working out like a maniac, you don't need a gram of protein per pound of body weight. Scale it back. Eat a mix of lean proteins and plant-based options like lentils or tofu. Maybe even add in gelatin or real jello. Your body and your future self will thank you. Remember this, more protein doesn't automatically equal faster fat loss. Focus on the right amount for your body and honestly, keep it simple. All right, that's it for today. If this has made you rethink your protein obsession, why not give me a thumbs up and talk to me about it in the comments. Are you team steak, team tofu, or somewhere in between? Hit subscribe for more no BS health and nutrition videos. Until next time, keep crushing it. If you or a loved one have tried all of the obvious stuff and none of it seems to work, like calorie counting or keto or vegan, then us at Patchwork, this is what we specialize in. Check out patchworkfood.com. We're the team you turn to when everything else doesn't work. And I promise you, there is no calorie counting involved.